April 26, 2013. Crossing Croatia. I've heard that Croatia is famously beautiful, but the people saying that were not talking about this part. All day there is hardly a hill in sight. I pedaled past fields of dirt, sprouting wheat, and yellow rapeseed. A dozen small farm tractors passed me every hour. The towns were little more than small brick homes with only 1 or 2 rooms, and weathered wooden barns lined up along the road. A surprising number of people were sitting idly on their porches. Frequently the doors to their homes were open, and I could see how bare they were inside. Many people didn't even have electricity. Without a TV, the elderly and unemployed settled on watching the traffic and drifting clouds, and me. I hope I added something interesting to their day. Maybe I'll be a topic of conversation at their dinner table tonight. The front yards in the small communities were completely neglected and overgrown. I thought the tall grass made the place look run down, but my opinion changed when later in the day I saw a man going down a row of houses cutting the knee-high lawns with a scythe, while a second guy stuffed the clippings so tightly into their small green jalopy that the grass was hanging out of the windows. I realized that the unkempt lawns were a practice of resourcefulness, not laziness. Across 80 miles today, I saw only planted fields. Not a single acre was spared for pasture, but the animals still needed to eat. The grass was tall because the people in those homes were poor and using every asset they had, even selling their front yards. In the morning, I stopped at a bar to fill my water. From Portugal to here, I've been in a dozen rural bars, and I've rarely seen a woman inside. This place was no exception. I arrived at 10 a.m. and saw a dozen men drinking and smoking cigarettes. One of them came outside to look at my bike. He said something to me that I couldn't understand. I asked if he spoke English and replied with what I took was a no. We both stood for a moment, staring at my bike. Then he shook my hand and walked back inside. This is typically how my conversations have been going. We listen to each other speak, but understand none of the words. To avoid frustrating someone who doesn't want to be bothered, I don't talk with anyone who doesn't try to talk to me first. I simply smile as an invitation to approach. After a week of this, I've recognized a larger benefit to this strategy. Who I end up interacting with is a self-selecting population of the friendliest and most curious people. Throughout the day, I tried to take a break in patches of shade. Each time I was engulfed by a swarm of mosquitoes. Unable to rest, my only option was to keep going, back into the searing heat. As evening approached, I ducked into patches of forest in search of a place to sleep, but in every attempt, I was forced to retreat as the mosquitoes descended. I searched for 2 hours before finding a place to stop in the park near the town of Gornje Predrijevo. The only thing here is a gazebo with a couple of old card tables and one working chair. I haven't sat in a chair in a few days, and I kind of miss them. My hammock is hanging between 2 of the gazebo pillars. I feel exposed to be so close to town, but the swarms of mosquitoes that have tortured me all day will now be guarding me tonight. I hear hundreds of them humming on the other side of my bug mesh. So many that I don't expect anyone will be coming around. This was a tough day for me. The physical challenge of pedaling for 9 hours was matched by the mental challenge of pedaling for 9 hours across flat farm fields. That's a long time to both exercise and meditate, and both were hard to do. In my body and my mind, I'm still developing the resilience I will need to take me to the end of this journey.